Give me a second, I'm trying to select the appropriate weapon. Watch where you stepping, them snakes all around, you know they connected. When I was a kid, my grandmama told me I can't go to heaven, so I stopped praying and asking for blessings and started preparing for my Armageddon. Got nothing to lose, I'm all in. Walking the edge, don't fall in. Enough of the lies, don't apologize. I don't understand, are you foreign? This is the place, this is the site. Grab all your people and log in. I'm waiting, don't care how long it's gonna take. Watching and waiting for that first mistake. Don't come amiss.
What is going on, bro? Welcome to the video. Today we're trying out this spot called Round Rock Donuts because ever since we moved to Texas, people have not stopped telling us that these are the best donuts in the world. And then also for some reason the last 3 days I've been getting constant Round Rock Donuts advertisements before the YouTube videos I'm watching.
They're listening to us.
They're not listening to us. Julia still thinks that they like tap into the microphone on your, that we way too much work, way too much data to upload and download. They have your search history and your metadata.
Did you search for this?
Probably at some point I did.
That's always his excuse. It's not true. They're listening.
All right, so we got two of their classic glaze. They're supposed to be the best ones. I did one like maple glaze. I think it looks dope. Julia does not agree with me. She got a funny looking like strawberry one. I also got a chocolate glaze. Plus, you know, your boy brought a protein shake because donuts don't have protein. And also a banana because if you eat a banana with donuts, that's a healthy meal, right? Cheers. You gotta touch it.
Oh,
All right, what's your score?
I got 11 out of 11.
I would give it, I hate giving things 10 out of 10. 9.5 out of 10. It's the best donut I've had. I'm not like obsessed with donuts, but it's super fresh,
Moist.
good texture, not too sweet. Recommend it. So today I want to talk to y'all about a few things that I wish I stopped doing earlier in my life. And these are all things that I didn't realize it at the time, but they were holding me back. They were crippling my self-confidence or preventing me from being productive and getting things done. And honestly, I can pretty much bet you're doing at least a couple of these things right now. All right, so let me tell y'all a quick story. This was my last year of college, and I was at a house party with one of my roommates, and this guy had a tendency to drink a little bit too much and run his mouth. And at the end of the party, they were like, all right, everyone's got to go. But my friend, he couldn't find his wallet. So I remember he was like shuffling through their sofa trying to find his wallet, and these guys were like, yo, you guys got to leave. The party's over. Everyone else left. And my buddy started running his mouth, and then one of them super aggressively grabbed my buddy. And at this point, there's 8 dudes who live there, and then just 2 of us. But I had to defend my friend, so I shoved one of the other dudes, and really quickly it escalated into this all-out brawl. And look, I'm not gonna lie and say that we won. I mean, it was 2 versus 8. But I remember after some punches were thrown, I got tackled down by like 4 guys, all of their weight on top of me, and I landed on my back. Something was on the floor under my lower back, and it ruined me. Like the next day I woke up, I could barely move, and I was supposed to help my other friend with this moving job. We did these moving jobs for cash. And bro, like he spent all day moving sofas by himself while I was like lightly lifting like paper by paper for these people. The point of the story is that I was furious and I had so much hate and anger towards these other kids afterwards. I was always like, yo, I hope I run into one of these kids out next weekend because I'm gonna beat his ass. I was just walking around full of hate. And that's number 1. I wish I stopped having anger and hate towards other people. I used to hate people if they insulted me or if they talked about me behind my back and I found out, or if they had different political views than me. And if we take a step back and analyze hate and anger, like what are the downsides? Well, it fills you with stress and anxiety. It makes it hard to focus on what you're doing. It probably increases your blood pressure a lot. And what are the benefits? Like maybe every once in a while it gives you some motivation to prove someone wrong. It's not an even trade-off. It's all bad, it's no good. And right now you have to be more careful than ever because we live in this very extreme time. You know, the elections are coming up, and everywhere you look, people are trying to get you to hate other people. They want you to hate the left, or they want you to hate the right. And if you get drawn into this, it's only gonna fill you with stress and anxiety and distract you from your goals. So here's my challenge for you. The next time you catch yourself feeling hate towards another person, remind yourself that it's just not worth it. Like disagreeing with other people and having different opinions, that's completely fine. But the moment you let it turn into hate and anger, it's become a distraction. And like if you want to take your life to the next level, you have to eliminate distractions. Where did I put that? Where'd it go?
What are you looking for?
I'm looking for a little box that just looks like that.
I just ate way too many donuts.
Talk about donuts, get out of here. This is my Seige Hanley. I can't live without this. And that's why I decided to partner with Seige Hanley to be the sponsor of today's video. In case you're not familiar, Seige Hanley, well, it says it right here. It's uncomplicated skincare for men. It's basically just the best skincare system out there for men. If you sign up, you're gonna get a box just like this that contains a variety of different creams and lotions that have been formulated specifically to work together and give you clear, healthy skin. It makes you feel more confident. It makes you look better. For example, you're gonna get their daily face wash. I use this every morning alongside their AM moisturizer, and every night I like to use their PM moisturizer right before bed. And honestly, the best part is all of their products are made from top of the line ingredients like collagen and eucalyptus, which normally might cost you a little bit of that money, but because they sell directly to the consumer, you can actually get this for a super affordable price. And because they are sponsoring today's video, if you click that first link down in the description, you can get an even better deal on your first box of Seige Hanley. What are you waiting for, bro? Click that link. Alright, number 2 is the extra text. So back in my early dating days, I was always worried that girls were not going to reply to me. So let's say I got a girl's number, we had a couple messages back and forth, then she didn't respond. 2 hours would pass, 3 hours would pass, I'd start sweating it, and I'd pretty much always decide to send the extra text just to make sure she didn't miss my last one. And I'd say something lame like, anyway, what are you up to tonight? And usually she would not reply to that. Or maybe I set up a date with a girl. We were supposed to meet up on Thursday. It's only Monday. There's 2 days left to go. It would get to be Tuesday, and I'd be like, I should probably send another text just so I stay on her mind and she doesn't forget about her date. And I send her a message like, so, how's your Tuesday going? And it would lead to kind of a dead conversation because we'd already had some small talk.
If you send that extra text, it comes off as extremely needy. Trust me, if a girl is interested in you, she's not gonna miss your text message.
Yeah, it's the same. If you're interested in a girl, like you're checking your phone, you're not gonna miss it. And even more dangerously than that is it creates low confidence because you're building this story in your head that you have to convince girls to text you back. And with that mindset, like you're never gonna be successful with girls. I know it seems counterintuitive, but as soon as I started leaving more time in between texting girls and not needing to text them every day and even leaving it for a week sometimes, like I started getting way more days. So today we got an upper body day in the gym, of course, powered by the one and only Beastly app. I'm gonna take you guys through the whole thing, every single exercise. Let's get beastly.
Benefit of the doubt, we the ones that your mommy wants. You about should have stayed in the house. Don't open your mouth. We lurk in the swamps like we in the south. So count your days. Hold up, let me count the ways you gon' pay. When I spot you, I'm coming straight through to your face, no foreplay. So don't come up missing. Don't get it twisted. I'm not Rihanna, but boy, you a gunner. You right on my hit list. Keeping my distance, just checking the listings. I'm always aware of your current position. I just hold out to the perfect condition. Coming alive. Heat of the night. Now is the time. Don't try to hide, cause I'm gonna hold you like an animal. Coming alive. Heat of the night. Now is the time. Don't try to hide, cause I'm gonna hold you like an animal.
Gains, bruh.
Workout complete. Time for banana number 2.
No, it's not banana number 2. You didn't eat that.
Don't. I'm just playing, guys. I forgot to eat my banana with my donuts earlier.
I hate bananas.
Julia doesn't like bananas. So good. My favorite fruit. Now, speaking of bananas, number 3, you gotta stop playing with your banana, bro. So I'm gonna keep it 100 with y'all. I definitely had a porn addiction in my late teens and my early 20s. And look, I don't think there's some magical physiological benefits when you quit porn that it spikes your testosterone levels. Like, there's no research to back that up. But there's definitely some very powerful mental benefits. You know, every time you jerk off, it releases dopamine in your brain, which feels good. That's what makes it addicting. And especially if you're someone who's not very experienced in bed. You know, it's kind of like you've never played basketball before, but you watch the NBA all the time. Then all of a sudden you get thrown in the middle of an NBA game. You're gonna be very overwhelmed. You know, people who watch porn a lot and then they're finally with a girl there's a lot of anxiety, and a lot of times it leads to erectile dysfunction. That happened to me, or for some people, the opposite, premature ejaculation. And most importantly, it kills your motivation to actually put in the work to meet real girls. Because once you pleasure yourself, you know, all that tension in your body's gone, and you don't have a strong drive to go out and meet real girls. And if you're someone who's not had success with girls, this can straight up be the reason that you never have success. Now, if you have some crazy willpower and you can keep it to 1 time per week, I don't think there's anything wrong with that, but be honest with yourself, because if that becomes 2-3 times a week, well, now the habit has control over you, and it's better to cut it off, or you're just gonna feel ashamed of yourself. And you know, when you do cut it off, you're gonna feel proud, and you're gonna have so much more motivation to get after it. Julie's got something she wants to clarify real quick.
Sorry, Mom, but I don't like the fruit banana, but I like David's banana.
Isn't it funny how fruits have become to like represent so many different things in our culture, like apples, melons, zucchini, bananas, peaches.
Apples?
Hey there, brother. You want this treat? Sit. Paw. Fight. I'm just kidding, guys. It's not a command. I've taught him yet. All right, number 4 is the sunk cost fallacy, and this is an economics term. Y'all might not know, but I was an economics major in college, and basically it means costs that you have already incurred that you can't get back. So, for example, my second relationship, it was extremely toxic. You know, the girl I was dating wasn't in a great place mentally. I probably wasn't in a great place mentally. And whenever I was with her, I was full of anxiety. And it's one of those things that went on for, 10, 11 months on and off. And every time there was an opportunity to keep it going, you know, I made efforts to keep it going. Partly, I think, because I didn't want to be lonely, but partly because of this sunk cost fallacy. And I'm sure a lot of you can relate. I felt like, man, I've invested so much time and effort into this relationship that it would be a waste to end it now. Like, I need to keep investing into it. And this is something that I really wish I had stopped earlier. You know, it took me a long time to realize just because I've wasted a lot of time doing something, that's not a good reason to continue wasting time and to continue investing time and energy into something that's clearly not working. So if you're in a relationship like that right now, I cannot urge you strongly enough to break it off. It's gonna suck, but you're gonna be happy when you look back that you cut your losses. That being said, this principle, it also applies to business. So for example, before my YouTube days, I actually started a blog. Back when blogs were a thing, and over the first 2 or 3 years, I grinded it out. I built it up to like 7,000 email subscribers. I released some products and monetized it. But after that, it plateaued for the next 2 or 3 years. And deep down, you know, I think I knew I should have moved on, but it seemed so intimidating to have to start another type of business. And I felt like I invested so much time already, I didn't want to let it go. Obviously, hindsight is a bitch, but I wish I had stopped doing this sooner, because not only would I have wasted less time, but I would have pivoted, you know, probably to YouTube sooner, where I've been a lot more successful and seen a lot more growth. I know if you've invested a lot of time and money into a business, it can be hard to let go of it, but it's not a reason to keep wasting your time. Obviously, don't, you know, just bounce from business to business, but if you've consistently put some years into a business and it's just not working out, at some point, you have to cut your losses. So last night, me and Julia were walking the dogs down this street, and we noticed this spot that has this really cool like patio dining area. It's a wine bar with like pizza. So tonight we're giving it a shot. So your boy's starting out with a little red wine flight. This one and this one are from Spain, gotta represent the homeland. And this one is from Argentina. Gotta give it the swirly swirl. A little smell, get the notes. Oh yeah, this is from Spain.
The notes. You gotta let it breathe, is the right terminology.
All right, for the main dish, we got this butcher pizza, it's called. It's got like prosciutto, Italian sausage. No salami, though. I told him no salami. I've never been about that salami life. It looks good. That's pretty good. It's not an 11 out of 11, but this is like, it's like a 9. I mean, I feel like I'm just going soft today. It's like a 9 out of 10, though.
He's going soft.
All right, the fifth and final thing that I wish I stopped doing earlier is half-assing it. And I think this is a habit that started back in my school days. You know, when it came to homework or projects, I would do them just good enough to get a good grade, but I wouldn't want to put any extra effort in, right? And this was great for optimizing my free time while still getting good grades. But once I got into the business world, it didn't serve me so well. Like with my blog, I would write blog posts to make them good, but I wouldn't put in the time to make them exceptional. And even when I started YouTube, I would kind of just recite old blog posts. And the moment that I finally broke through on YouTube is when I stopped half-assing it and I started looking at every video as its own thing. And I said, you know, I'm going to invest as much time and as much energy into planning and filming this video to make it as good as it can be. And that's when my videos started getting more views. I started getting more subscribers. And I think, you know, ultimately that's what made me stand out. And the same thing is true with different products that I've sold. You know, at first, when I created products, maybe I was making a workout program. The workout program itself would be good, but I might not have put that extra effort into the sales page, into the presentation of the product. And now, you know, I don't half-ass it. With the Beastly app, you know, that was months and months in development, over $50,000 I had to pay the developers, but ultimately that allowed me to create an amazing app like nothing else that's out there, instead of half-assing it just to get an app out there quickly and try and make a few quick sales. I hope that all of that makes sense, bro. I would encourage all of you guys to stop doing these things in your life because it's made a big impact on mine. By the way, this dope kind of like oversized t-shirt that I'm wearing now, as well as those shorts with the cool liner under them in the gym, and the tank top, the drop shoulder tank top I was wearing at the gym, and the face mask I was wearing at the gym, these are all upcoming Edge items. We got some fire on the way, and we ain't half-assing it. If you're still watching the video, I appreciate you so much, bro. Smash the thumbs up button. If you're new to the channel, go ahead, click subscribe and turn notifications on, because I drop 2 new videos every single week and you don't want to miss them. I will talk to all of y'all in the next video. Stay beastly.
Benefited it now, we the ones that your mommy wants. You about should have stayed in the house. Don't open your mouth. We lurk in the swamps like we in the south. So count your days. Hold up, let me count the ways you gon' pay. When I spot you, I'm coming straight through to your face, no foreplay. So don't come up missing.